If you are here, you wish to know. Welcome, and the first thing we're going to talk about is the Serpent Rogue. So, you play as a plague doctor that needs to help out in this godforsaken land, and you will use your knowledge of alchemy to explore this mystical land, deal with the corruption around, fight with some strange beasts, find ingredients like this mandragora root, and even use your knowledge of alchemy to tame creatures or become one of them. I mean, that's the Serpent Rogue for you. Was that a wish? Well, oh well. Oh, and it's out this week. The next one we're gonna talk about is the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe. So, you know Stanley Parable, it's a walking simulator where you walk around as a player and narrator speaks about every action you're taking. Are you going to the left corridor or to the right corridor, and how slow are you, or how fast you're moving on, faster than through the script. You were fooling around and the game acknowledged it and narrated it. So, in this deluxe version, ultra deluxe version, everything's gonna be, they're gonna add additional endings for this. I'm sure it's gonna be fun. The next thing we're gonna talk about is the House of the Dead remake. So, you know, House of the Dead is this one popular or well-known arcade games where you taking plastic pistol and shooting zombies left and right on the screen. This remake was on Nintendo Switch until recently, and now it's on PC and consoles, so everyone can play and enjoy it, if you like killing zombies or playing another zombie games. Okay, next thing we're gonna talk about is Kaiju Wars. So Kaiju Wars is a pixel art tactical game. Imagine old XCOMs, but with kaijus, not aliens. So there's Godzilla-like, Phoenix-like, Giant Worm, and King Kong. No, not King Kong. It will be copyright issue. It's a giant ape. Monkey. So you'll have to deal with it. It being a simple army against these giant beasts. You have to defend your maps against all these creatures, or you can create your own missions in map editor. That's one little thing that you can do. Next thing we're gonna talk about is Trigon space story. So that's a roguelike in space. You have your own ship, your own crewmates. You have to fix the ship in the space stations, explore the galaxy, and deal with your crewmates and eject some of them into outer space because they're useless. It's usual stuff. And that's pretty much everything that I can say about the Dragon Space story. It's out. And some people like roguelikes, and it's about space. And that's all. The next thing we're gonna talk about is Nintendo Switch Sports. So, you remember there was Wii Sports when Nintendo viewers came out, there were a lot of bunch of mini games for people to play together. And now, the same collection of games, but better graphics, out on the Switch. You can enjoy playing tennis, football, bowling, chanbara, which looks like a duel with toy weapons, and some other stuff. Yeah, you can greatly enjoy seeing as the mini versions of you beating up your friends and colleagues in sports games. The next thing we're gonna talk about is Ravenous Devils. So, you know Sweeney Todd? This musical about a hairdresser who used his clients as main ingredients for meat pies. Someone made a whole game about it. Yeah, that I didn't expect. So you have to manage this little shop of horrors served by getting clients, getting rid of the bodies, and remaking them into the main ingredient for the pies. And not only. So, it exists. Now you know about it. You can play it this week. Yeah, two less disturbing things. Second season of Komi Can Communicate out on Netflix. Part 2 of season 1. Not second season, part 2 of season 1. So, you know, Komi-san, she can communicate with people, she wants to have 100 friends, and Tadanakun is the only one who kinda understands her, you know, and we will see all these kind of strange characters in her class. This bully one who's really nice to Tadana for some reason, or this other guy who thinks he's the main protagonist of the anime just because he's sitting behind Tadana and near the window. So yeah, yeah, we will see more of cute sides of Komi in the series. The anime we're gonna talk about is Bubble. Don't mix it with The Bubble, which was about cinema crews that stuck in a hotel. This one about parkour without gravity, because of the strange bubbles that flying around in the. And it has a soundtrack of Sawano Hiroyuki. The story was written by Gen Nobuchi, and character designer was the same as Death Note. So when they just announced anime, I thought it was must-watch, and I still believe it. Wait, I must not forget to watch it exactly. Yes, it's out, it looks gorgeous, and it should have a great soundtrack, so Bubble, don't forget to watch it. Going to the TV shows, because we own the city. So if I understand correctly from the trailer, it's about police brutality and also corruption in the police force. And the main character is the one who played by Shot from The Walking Dead, or as we all know it now, the Punisher, from Netflix series. So at first I didn't watch towards this, but this trailer make me give it a chance. It looks really interesting. Also, as the main character, he may be a dirty cop, but he claims he's not a dirty one, but he's a good cop. So we'll see. And also, it's one produced of Wire, so it should be. I always heard that Wire was a great show, but I didn't watch it myself. And Breaking Bad was really good. It was also from creators of Wire, so I suppose we should give it a chance. The next one we're gonna talk about is Silverton Siege. So, in 1980 in South Africa, these three people, they captured a bank building, created the whole hostage situation, and their demand was to release Nelson Mandela. So it's not about grabbing bank, but it's about freedom, about freedom for Nelson Mandela, from these three people from South Africa that wanted it to happen so much that they decided to take hostages for this. This trailer was so good that yeah, I really want to watch this movie. Yeah, and you should too. It's already out. The next thing we're gonna talk about, it's Sketchbook on Disney Plus. So it's gonna be a short stories about animators, their work and their life, how they came to the profession, and they will show how exactly they do in their work, how they brought life back to the characters they drawing. Like Jimmy, Simba, Captain Hook, Korolov. So should be really interesting, especially for all the artists that's starting their path. So not only everyone who interested how Disney works behind the scenes. The next movie we're gonna talk about is The Offer. So, do you remember The Godfather? The movie The Godfather from Francis Ford Coppola? So that's a story how they adapted the book to the movie, and how the producer of this movie, Roberto Rudy, they worked with Francis Ford Coppola, and they were making this movie, and how Mafia didn't like that this movie was made. So that's gonna be one interesting story about movie making. I should watch this. The next one is Samurai Rabbit, the Usagi Chronicles. So, you know Usagi Yojimbo, he's from kind of the same universe that Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. They meet each other all the time from the interdimensional portals. And someone decided it would be fun to make a whole story about Usagi Yojimbo. And then made 3D animated series about him. Yeah, so it's gonna be one interesting TV show to watch. So it's quite interesting. Still have Usagi Yojimbo, so we should watch it. The next thing we're gonna talk about is Under the Banner of Heaven. So, a long time ago, that was this murder of the woman and her 15-month daughter in Mormon community. And Andrew Garfield plays a detective from this Mormon community, and and while he trying to find out who did it and why, he questions his faith in God because of all those events. So I found this one also interesting to watch. And the last 6 we're gonna talk about that one of the latest movie from where Bruce Willis plays some role is Corrective Measures. So Michael Rooker is placed as corrupted owner of the prison, and Bruce Willis plays as one of the super genius inside the prison. And there are a bunch of supervillains inside this prison, and there's something happening. And I suppose this prison works kinda like Blackgate from DC Universe. So the plot is Michael Rooker character wants to rob Bruce Willis' character. He uses all the villains inside this prison to achieve this. Maybe it's interesting to watch, and maybe this is not worth your time. I don't know, this one is 50-50. That's all that I found interesting this week, so if this video was helpful, you know what to do at the end of the video. If you want this channel to live and grow, please support me on other social medias, and I'll see you next time. Bye! Thanks for watching. Hey, it is the end of the video. You know what to do.